I'm not exactly sure. So I don't have a cause actually. So I got invited here. I do have a couple of stories, and I'll tell you a little bit about myself. My name is David Armano. I'm a dad. I work for a company called Critical Mass. I write a blog called Logic and Emotion. I'm on Twitter, as I imagine 90% of you are, if not more. I'm going to tell you two stories. Who here grew up on the East Coast? Anyone? Well, let's hear some East Coast representing in the house. Yeah. That's right. I met the guy who's running for the borough president of Queens earlier, and he was the loudest amongst you. I grew up on the East Coast. Actually, for the first 7 years of my life, did live in Queens. I lived in a neighborhood called Ozone Park, and it was a predominantly Italian and Irish community. And I have one memory. I have several memories from those years, but one specific one keeps coming up in my head. And there was a lot of blackouts around those times, in the mid '70s. And so we had one of these brownouts, blackouts in the summer, and everything gets powered down. And what happened was, everybody knew that their food was going to go bad. And so during these times, everybody in the neighborhood would get together. They'd take out all the food that they knew were going to go bad, and they'd basically prepare a feast. And we'd all get together, and we'd all just share all the food that we had, and we turned it into a huge party. And that memory sticks out for me because I don't see that a lot anymore. I live in a suburb of Chicago, about 17 miles outside the city. I have a nice little house. We don't have our neighbors coming over the way that we used to. And so the second story, which is I think the reason why that I'm here, kind of reminds me of that first. So like I said, I'm kind of just a guy. I work at an industry. I write some things. People tend to, some people find value of it. And one day we found ourselves in a situation where someone that we knew, my wife had come into contact with someone at our church, and this woman had recently fled a domestic violence situation and was actually facing being homeless with 3 kids. One child had special needs, and so we tried to get her some help. There wasn't help for her other than a shelter, and we just didn't want her to have to do that. So we thought, we're going to take him in. We're going to step up. We're going to take him in. Fine. And so in the first couple of days of this, we did that. We took him in, and so I thought, well, maybe we can help him out, but what can I do, right? What can I do? Well, I blog, and for years I've been doing this, to help myself in my own career and hopefully provide some value to others. But maybe, I can. This is what I know how to do, so this might be a way to help because I know how to do it. There wasn't really a lot of strategy behind this, so I very quickly put together. Actually, it was Stacy Monk's model that I borrowed from, and I put together with my blog. Put together a little PayPal account using a chip-in widget, and then we witnessed something utterly remarkable and mind-blowing. I started sharing this news with my community through blogging on Twitter, uploading pictures of the family that was with us in the house that evening. And we were asking for $5,000 to basically help get this family a head start because they were in a really bad situation. And within 4 hours, this thing exploded and we had raised over $4,000 in 4 hours. By the next morning, we had raised over $12,000 in less than a 24-hour period. And by the time we were done with it, we had raised almost $17,000 for this family. And now this woman has moved into an apartment, has a head start. She still has a bit of a difficult life with the 3 kids, but she's in a safe situation and basically has her rent paid for over a year. And it was all because of the power of a community and people giving. Many people who I'd never met before giving because they saw this story, they heard about it. It got passed around from network to network. It started with my network, went into other people's network. All of this was unplanned. All of this was sort of spur of the moment. Not a lot of strategy behind it. And at the end of the day, the people that gave didn't give to an organization. They gave to one family. But that family has a head start in life because of everybody that came together. So, kind of blew my mind, and I was really humbled by it. That's it. Thank you.